From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU update with John Helsley. I'm Jenny Carlson. John, Oklahoma State goes to Kansas State on Saturday and going to have to defend a great offense led by Colin Klein. But a guy that's been stepping up and playing a much bigger role is Lyndell Johnson. He's not even a starter. Now, give us some background on this guy.
Yeah, he's a guy that they really like, a tall, rangy, fast athlete. You're right, he's not a starter, but he's a very important piece on the defense. For a while he was injured. They were missing a guy at certain times this year against Texas, Arizona, some plays that weren't made. Maybe Lyndell is that guy.
Well, how does he factor into game planning against Kansas State? Because you've got Colin Klein, who's a great runner primarily, but he can throw it a little bit. Does Lyndell come into play with how they're going to maybe try to defend them?
I think he does, because he really creates problems for offenses because he's good in run support. He's good at defending the pass. He can cover. So he's a guy that you can put on the field who, if he needs to come up and make a play on Colin Klein, he can do that. Or if you need him back there, to cover a tight end or a bigger receiver, he can do that also. A
little bit reminiscent of a guy who didn't start last year, a guy that became known as Jimmy on the spot.
That's right, Jimmy on the spot. James Thomas, who made a lot of plays. If you go back and look at last year, games where they had big turnovers, I can think of Texas and a couple other games. He was the guy that came up with those interceptions, fumbles, whatever it was. That's the same role, really, that they want Lyndell Johnson to play. He's healthy again. He's back in that.
All right, thanks, John. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.